Welcome to today's video, where we're diving into the world of a medical claims specialist. If you're gearing up for an interview in this field, you're in the right place. We're here to guide you through some key questions you might encounter and show you how to formulate strong, impactful answers. Let's jump right into the first question. Can you tell us about a time when you had to tackle a complex issue with a medical claim? What steps did you take to solve it? This question is all about your problem-solving skills. The interviewer wants to see how you handle complex situations and what process you follow to find solutions. Here are a few pointers to help you shape your response. Clearly identify the issue and outline its complexity. Walk through the steps you took to gather information and analyze the claim. Explain how you communicated with relevant parties like providers or patients. Mention any tools or resources that assisted you in resolving the issue. Wrap up with the outcome and share any lessons you learned. Now, let's go through an example answer to illustrate these points.
In my previous role, I dealt with a claim denial because of a coding error. I reviewed the patient's medical records and discovered discrepancies in the submitted ICD-10 codes. After contacting the provider for clarification and correcting the codes, I resubmitted the claim, which led to successful payment. To prevent similar issues in the future, I worked with my team to update our coding practices.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for medical claims specialists. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you share an experience where you worked with a team to improve a claims processing procedure? This question focuses on your teamwork abilities. Interviewers are interested in seeing how well you collaborate with others to drive improvements. Let's cover some strategies to address this question effectively. Describe a specific team project related to claims processing. Clearly explain your role and contributions. Highlight the problem your team aimed to solve. Share the outcome and the benefits of your teamwork. Use metrics, if you have them, to demonstrate improvements. Here's an example to guide you on how to answer.
In my last role, our team noticed that claim denial rates were too high. I worked with colleagues to analyze the denial reasons and suggested implementing a checklist for claim submissions. As a result, we reduced denials by 25% over 3 months.
Describe a time when paying attention to detail helped you catch an error that could have been costly. This question is designed to evaluate your attention to detail and how it impacts your work quality. Here are some tips on how to approach this question. Identify a specific situation where you caught an error. Explain the steps you took to identify and rectify the mistake. Discuss the impact of your attention to detail on the outcome. Keep your response focused on your role and actions. Conclude with what you learned from the experience. Let's look at an example answer for inspiration.
In my previous job as a billing specialist, I was reviewing claims before submission and noticed a duplicate entry for a high-cost procedure. By correcting it before submission, I saved the department from a potential audit and financial loss. This experience reinforced the importance of thorough reviews in my work.
How would you handle a situation where a healthcare provider disputes a denied claim? This question tests your conflict resolution skills and how you manage disputes professionally. Consider these points when crafting your response. Begin by listening carefully to the provider's concerns to understand their viewpoint. Thoroughly review the claim details and the denial reasons for accuracy. Communicate clearly and professionally, outlining the next steps. Collaborate with the provider to find a fair resolution, potentially re-evaluating the claim. Document every interaction and decision made during the dispute process. Here's how you might structure your answer.
I would start by listening to the provider's reasons for disputing the claim to understand their perspective. Then, I would review the denial decision to confirm its accuracy. Afterward, I would explain the review process and outline the next steps, including collaborating on any necessary documentation for reconsideration.
Imagine you have multiple claims to process, but your supervisor asks for help on a priority case. How do you prioritize your workload? This question assesses your prioritization skills and ability to manage multiple tasks efficiently. Let's explore some strategies to help you answer this question. Assess the urgency of the priority case and its deadlines. Communicate with your supervisor to clarify expectations. Evaluate the impact of delaying your current claims versus addressing the priority case. Create a quick plan to transition to the priority case without losing track of other tasks. Document your progress on both tasks to keep everything organized. Here's an example of how to respond.
I would first ask my supervisor for details on the urgency of the priority case. Then I would assess my current claims to see which can be temporarily put on hold. I would document what I've done so far and transition smoothly to working on the priority case.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.